It happened on a quiet Sunday evening, one of those nights when the weight of the week presses down and pretending everything is fine becomes impossible. A single sentence slipped from my lips, and with it, the life I'd built with the man I once believed was my forever unraveled in an instant. I never meant to hurt him. I didn't even know he was close enough to hear. But those careless words destroyed everything we had spent years creating. My best friend, Sarah, had come over for a glass of wine. We sat in the living room, soft music humming in the background, the kind of easy comfort that comes only with familiarity. Nathan, my husband, was upstairs, or so I thought, fixing something in the storage room. The conversation started light, but quickly turned heavy. I spoke more than I listened, the exhaustion of our recent fights and the suffocating silences between us bubbling up until I couldn't hold it in anymore. The wine didn't help. "I don't know, Sarah," I muttered, pressing my fingers to my temples. "Sometimes, I just wish I hadn't married him." The second the words escaped, I felt my stomach twist, a chill settling deep inside me. Sarah's eyes widened. "You don't mean that," she said sharply, but I wasn't sure. Maybe a part of me did mean it. Not out of hate, but from the fatigue that comes when love starts to feel like duty, and duty turns into regret. Another part of me still loved him. Or maybe I just wanted to believe I did. What I didn't know was that Nathan stood frozen on the staircase, hearing every word. The next morning, something felt wrong. The coffee maker sat untouched. His keys were gone from their usual hook. His boots, the ones always lined neatly by the door, were missing. At first, I assumed he'd left early for work, but a quiet dread crept in. Nathan never left without saying goodbye. Not even after our worst fights. By noon, I called his phone, no answer. I texted silence. Finally, I opened my laptop to send an email to his office, but before I could, I saw a message waiting in my inbox. The subject line was a single word, farewell. "I overheard you last night," the email began. "I wasn't supposed to, but I did. Those weren't angry words, they were your truth. And that truth broke me. I gave everything to us, but all this time, you've been holding on to regret. Don't look for me. The divorce papers are already filed. I'm not angry. I just refuse to be someone's regret. Nathan." My breath hitched. I reread it over and over. Every sentence landed like a hammer against my heart. There was no rage, no pleading, no attempt to fix things, just a quiet goodbye. I rushed to his office, only to be told he'd resigned that morning. His desk was empty. By afternoon, his phone was disconnected. His social media accounts were gone. Mutual friends had no idea where he was. His brother only said Nathan needed space and didn't want contact. It was as though he had simply vanished. Days later, the divorce papers arrived, clean, official, final. His signature already there. I was just a name on a form now, a checkbox to complete. I waited for anger, for denial, for something, but all I felt was crushing guilt. Memories of us flooded back. The way he used to look at me like I was his whole world, his patience when I pulled away, his steady strength when I faltered. Then I remembered his expression at dinner just a few days earlier. Tired, distant, but still trying. He was still there. I was the one who had drifted away. Sleep abandoned me for weeks. I replayed that moment on the couch with Sarah over and over, dissecting every word. Why did I say it? Did I mean it? Or was it just the exhaustion talking, the fear, the loneliness I never voiced to him? Months passed. I even hired a private investigator, but Nathan had left no trace. No new address, no accounts, no paper trail. He had erased himself completely. And maybe I finally understood why. Hearing those words, my words, must have been more than just painful. It was clarifying. It confirmed what he had probably felt for a long time, that I'd stopped choosing him long before that night. So he chose himself instead. Now, I often wonder where he is. Is he happy? Has he found someone who looks at him the way I once did, before life got heavy? Someone who wakes each morning and knows he's the best decision they ever made? Because I know now, too late, that he was mine. Nathan walked away to protect his peace, and all I have left are the echoes of the words that drove him away. Words I can never take back.